Hello and welcome to West Wales. If you're new to the channel, my name is Becca and I make videos all about the fibre arts, hand spinning, knitting and weaving. Now in my last video I asked a question, what would you like to see next on the channel? I've had a fantastic response, so I just wanted to kind of drop in today and let you know what I've got planned. So yes to beginner spinning tips, and that is going to be a whole series. People really have been enjoying the working with colour and the blending board, so yes, more of that. And of course I will be continuing with my breed study, looking at all the rare breeds sheep in the UK, so that is going to be an ongoing series. I've also come to a couple of conclusions, and that is I actually need a second channel. And the reason I need that is because I've got a whole load of kind of content that is about relearning to sew and thrifting and sort of all sorts of other things that are not really related to fibre arts. And one of the things that you really need to do on YouTube, and I am learning that, is you sort of have to be specific on your channel. So there is going to be a new channel. I have started to swap over the content that is about sewing and thrifting and kind of walking and all those kind of things that are not related to the fibre arts onto this new channel. So if you've been here a while, you probably will have seen all that content. However, I would love it if you subscribed over there, because there will be new content coming out. It's just probably not going to be for a kind of a week or so. The other thing I wanted to do was share my latest weaving project. Lots of people said that they wanted a little more detail on what I was weaving on my new rigid heddle loom. So it's actually off the loom, and when we get back to the house I will show you that. So what is the name of my new channel? I ought to include that. So it is called Rebecca Living Slowish. I will link it in the description. The other thing I have to say is I am preparing for Andrew's birthday, and we've got people coming, and kind of I've got a real backlog of things to do, so there actually isn't going to be a spinning video this week. The video that is due is spinning the Border Leicester, and I've got halfway through doing it. I've kind of recorded bits of it. I just haven't finished it, and I'm just not going to get it finished in time to upload on Wednesday. So once our guests have departed and celebrations have happened, I will finish that video and upload it here. So apologies if you were expecting that on Wednesday. I'm sorry, I just haven't got to it. So I'm going to carry on with my walk with the little dig dog, and I will see you back in the house where we'll look at the weaving. Well, I'm back at the house. I'm trying to find somewhere where it's not windy so I can actually speak to you. And I have laid out my spinning. The dog started barking at some birds, you know, half of the course really. But I'm going to turn the camera around and show you my weaving. So there it is, one table runner made from random bits of hand spun. And I'm actually pretty pleased with it. It's not blocked yet, so I need to block it, and I haven't trimmed the tassels. You'll have to excuse next door, he's working in his garden, but there you go. So I'll give you a bit more of a close-up. So the warp is sock yarn, commercial sock yarn, and I can't even tell you how old this is. I think it probably came from Lidl when they do their sock yarns, but it's ages old. Then I did a little kind of bordery bit with this, which is very fine. It's three strands of machine knitting, probably acrylic. I actually don't know because there was no label on it, but I made a little yarn cake, and so just did a sort of weaving. You see, it's all a bit wonky. I mean, this is probably only about the 5th thing I've ever woven. Then you can see where I've got random bits of ends of bobbins, and then that was the end of a blended, probably a bat, I expect, because I mostly spin bats. And then another end of bobbin, another kind of, that, I think that's bats, as that looks like it's bats. But you can see, I mean, it's not perfectly consistent. and another end of bobbin, and so it goes on. And then I was getting to the point where I'd run out of blue, so I had this kind of what I call ugly yarn, where it's just bits and pieces and scraps that I've put together just to kind of get it out of the stash. But actually I think it's okay, I think it works fine. And then finished it with another kind of little bit of that, and I've knotted it. I haven't done hem stitch. I chickened out of hem stitch. I am going to do hem stitch on the next one. So there you go. And I think this is going to be absolutely fine for when we are outside in the summer. And we do, you know, we do have quite a lot of summer visitors because we live in a holiday sort of place. So people do come and see us because they want to come to Pembrokeshire. So we have lunches out here quite a lot. So that's what that's for. You can see it's an absolutely glorious day, and I'm squinting. The sun's over there, so I'm squinting into the camera a little bit. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you when I have kind of done the housework and had our visitors and, you know, actually recorded some spinning videos, which fingers crossed will not be too long. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.